Yo, the rap of the game went on Evelyn Lozado and her daughter Shanice's podcast to talk about the fact that he is the baby father of her daughter's child. And we got to get into it because there were some things that he said on the show that I I'm like, Game, what are you talking about, brother? So without further ado, man, let's get into this clip so you can hear what Game said, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna dive deep into some of the things that he talked about. So let's get into it.
I'm just like ecstatic that you're, Blaze's mom, because I know that, because I'd be wild as so I know that, like, as long as he got you guys, as his little army, like, he's gonna be straight.
But I feel like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
Like, you were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like, you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
So think about this, right? Like, neither of these people are married, and I'm assuming I'm gonna go out on the limb and say that they were in a relationship at the time that they were, hooking up and together. And think about this: they're not in a marriage. As a woman, she's with a man who is talking about having another child with a woman who is not his wife. And now she's like, you're manifested him. You manifested him. So this is definitely one of those instances where, she can't say that there wasn't some type of indication that she was likely going to get pregnant by this man. And, you can't be like, whoops, this was a oops type of situation. It definitely was planned for. It wasn't manifested. It was planned for. If you are with a man who's talking about having another child and you're with him, you're having sex with him, it's likely to happen. So it's so funny that they try to go to this place and talk about, it's manifesting. You manifested him. Yeah, he did manifest it by the fact that he was laid up with you and the fact that he's saying, yo, he gonna get another chick pregnant and have a child. Like, and you're like, okay, cool, willing participant. But let's get back into it.
Our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yo, you check that. The first date. Like it's so funny. A lot of people out here say that, like women have no clue that a man is trying to hook up or XYZ. And they try to say that, I had no idea that, those were his intentions. Well, clearly the game is upfront about his intentions. The fact that they are talking about him wanting another child on the first date and she still proceeded. This is what's so interesting because I'm going to talk about in another clip where she is talking about how, like now that she is essentially a single mom, she still wants to get married and all of this type of stuff. But it's so interesting that you have the desire to get married to a good man who's going to be a father for your child in their life. But you made a decision with a man on the first date who's already talking about kids, but not marrying you, and you proceeded. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just me. Like, it's just not adding up.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze, so you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I think that, and
we talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you guys know,
and is it me? Like, what is wrong with this modern day society, y'all, where we're having conversations about children? And I mean, clearly, I'm fair. I wasn't there. My assumption is that the way I'm hearing it, they were talking about kids before they were talking about marriage, right? Which, what sense does that make? Like, why are we having conversations about children if we're not first having conversations about marriage, right? Because in my mind, if you are a woman who wants to get married and you're having a conversation with a man and he's telling you about how he feel about marriage, and maybe he's like, nah, I ain't really with that, but I'm down to put a kid in you, then you got to be like, why would you move forward with a man like that and then wonder why you become a baby mama not long after? I'm not saying that's her case. I'm not trying to beat up on her. I'm just saying from the perspective of women that's moving and operating out here, use this as a life lesson. Let the game and let Evelyn's daughter Shanice be an example of what not to do.
You guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's
see, and this is the reason why I had to talk about this. Did y'all hear what he just said? That is some of the most ignorant things that I ever heard. Like, this dude just said to all men, he just generalized and said that all men see a baddie, an attractive woman, and immediately think about getting her pregnant. I'm like, what? When he said that, I'm like, what the he talking about? Like, nah. Nah, the one thing that I can say is yes, as men, you will see an attractive woman and you may think about laying up with her, having sex with her, but I don't know too many men that's like, yeah, man, I see a woman and just because she pretty, I want to plant a seed in her. I want to have a child with her. I think that is just reckless, immature behavior, and that is definitely not normalized. I know it's not normal for me. It's not normal for the men that I'm around. If there are men that move and operate like that, I think y'all are of a different breed, and I don't think that it speaks to the masses. But like when I heard him say that statement, I'm like, what in the world is Game talking about? Like that is so irresponsible to just walk around talking about, yeah, every attractive woman, if I get the opportunity to lay up with her, yo, I'm trying to plant a baby up in her. Yo, you know what I'm saying? That is so reckless, so bad for our society. Like that is not the way that we should be moving. Like where is taking personal responsibility? Even if you have the resources and the means to take care of these kids, like how present can you be in the life of every attractive woman who lets you slide up in her and give her a baby? How present are you going to be in the life of all of those children? Because let's be real, it's a lot of attractive women in the world. So it's not like, if given the opportunity, you a celebrity, you got money, like you moving recklessly out here if that's the way you move with every single attractive woman or every baddie that you see. So let's run it back, man, because so y'all can hear him say that again. Go.
But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant.
Nah, bro, that's you.
That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Okay, y'all hear that? Y'all hear how she just tried to shift the blame to him? Check this out.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Hold on, run it back.
You gamed
Hold on, I ain't take it back far enough.
That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
She said, you gamed me. Now, I know she's probably being tongue-in-cheek here with it being his name, but like, she wasn't gamed at all. Like we said, they talking about kids from the first date. All she's recognizing now is that she's with a man who has the philosophy of if you're a pretty woman, he trying to put a baby in you if he's get the opportunity to slide up in you. But you knew that from the jump. Like you talking about kids on the first date. I mean, I don't know how everybody else moves, but like kids is usually not a conversation that I'm having on a first date. Like I'm not saying that conversation doesn't come up somewhere down the line, but usually again, it's coming up after me and that lady have talked about marriage and what our perspective and our take is on that. But here we have somebody that already on the first date walked into a situation with a man, y'all talking about kids, he letting you know he want to have another one, and now you're learning that his philosophy is, hey, if you baddie, I'm about to put a baby in you. And guess what? He clearly is a man of his word because he didn't manifest it, he made it happen. He made it a reality. So let's get back to the clip.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that like is that he likes and it's a baddie,
he gotta stop, bro. Like, say you, bro. Say you. Don't say men when a man and use this general statement because the majority of men are not moving that way. Most of us are not moving that way, Game. This is independent to you, my guy. Independent to you, my guy. Let's run it back.
He's a woman that like is that he likes and it's a baddie. That'd be our first thought. Like we be thinking like,
first,
damn, like,
hold on,
bro. I would have
now that is flagrant. The first thought, your first thought when you see a baddie is to say you want to put a baby in her. Like, what are we talking about? No, sir, no.
Maybe by that. So yeah, I'm manifested. I'm manifested.
Gamed.
Yeah, game manifested.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, man. Yo, this Game is wild, man. Game is a wild boy for this. Absolutely wild boy for this, man. So I want to get y'all take, man. What do y'all think? I feel like what he's talking about is just absolutely flagrant. This is such bad examples for our culture. Like we as men and women, especially, within the Black community, man, like this is not the way. This is not the way to move. Like we have to be more responsible in the way that we are interacting and relating with one another in relationships. It's not a problem to, have kids. Kids are wonderful. They're beautiful and they help to, continue to expand our community. But they need to be had responsibly. There needs to be more thought behind it other than just the thought of, oh, she bad, let me put a baby in her. Like, what? Like that, if that is as far as you're going, then you're leaving a lot on the table. And let's talk about like their reaction. Like they just laugh it off. Again, it's not funny, ladies. Ladies, it's not funny when you hear a man say, hey, man, you a baddie, so, mess around, I'm going to put a baby in you. You may think that it's in jest. You may think that it's a joke, but he may be actually serious like Game. Like, think about that. Do you really want to be with a man who his first thought is, if a woman is attractive, he want to put a baby in her? Like, if you do get in a relationship, that opens a whole nother can of worms in regards to like what happens once you are committed to that man and he still has that same methodology, that same philosophy, and he sees an attractive woman and he does step out on you. Well, he's kind of already admitting that he's not going to be wrapping up nothing and he's going to be trying to impregnate her according to game's logic. And one thing that I know some people are probably gonna say is like, yo, man, like, yo, this is what men do. Like, there are gonna be people that's gonna double down and be all in the corner of game, and y'all gonna be like, yo, that's alpha, you know, a man, you know, you supposed to procreate, you know, you supposed to like come into America, you supposed to sow your wild oats, man. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Yes, that's true. Within the right confines, a man is supposed to, you know, continue on and build a legacy and bring children into this world. But I feel like it has to be happening in a responsible way, ideally with a woman who is your wife, right? Not just any woman that you find attractive and gives you the opportunity to have sex with her. You say, hey, let's shoot up the club. Let's go ahead and get her pregnant. Like, I feel like that's absolutely irresponsible. That's not the way that we should be moving. And that's not what real masculinity is. A real man is going to be intentional about being a father. That means he's going to be planning. That means he's going to be committed. That means he's going to marry the woman before having kids with her. Again, that's not how everything happens, but like that is what I believe is true masculinity because you've thought it out. You didn't just act impulsively. You didn't just allow your flesh to lead you. You actually made a decision that is going to have a positive impact on you and the family that you're building. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear what you got to say. What do you think about what Game said? Let me know, and I look forward to catching you in the next one. My name is Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Stay blessed.